Episode 1.
Hi, my name is Krishna Karna, and I'm stuck in a building. Today I woke up in a pitch black room, and I thought for a while that I was asleep, but I'm starting to believe that this isn't a dream. I'm still wearing my day clothes, and in my pockets I still have my wallet, my phone, keys, even my Swiss Army knife. But my phone was only at 50% when I first checked. And at first, I tried to look for a door with the flashlight, but I couldn't find anything. And I'm starting to think that I was kidnapped, so I tried to call the police. But I don't have any Wi Fi or cell service. I saw this video about survival skills once, and it said that you should try to call the police or 911 or whatever, even if your phone doesn't say it has any cell, because other cell providers might pick up the signal, or well, something like that. I don't really know how it works, but I tried anyways. Wherever I am, my phone just doesn't work. And then, so I used the flashlight to look around a little bit better. And then I realized how weird this place is. I mean, every wall, the floor, and even the ceiling, just all pure cement. There's no holes or exits except for a small vent up by the ceiling. I'm glad the vent is there so I don't end up suffocating in a big cement brick. It's not very big, not even big enough for me to fit through. I thought I was so smart to carry my Swiss Army knife to unscrew it before I realized that even if it had screws, I wouldn't even be able to fit more than my hand in there. Yeah, I thought somewhere was an exit, or even if it was locked, it would have to start somewhere. I mean, like, how would you even have gotten me in here without a hole or somewhere large enough to fit a person? So I looked around. Thing is, there isn't much here for an exit to be hiding by. There's a pile of tapes, maybe 40 of them. I didn't exactly count. And then there's a tape recorder and a spring mattress too. Other than that though, the room's like completely barren. It's not very big. My first instinct was to start checking to see if anything was recorded on the tapes. Part of me just thought maybe there would be riddles for me to solve to get out, but all the ones I checked were blank. I guess that was a little silly of me to think. But I don't know. I checked under the pile of tapes in the mattress to see if they had any trapdoors, but both of them just led to the same cement as everywhere else. The mattress isn't in the best condition, but it's better than sitting on the floor. After I looked around, I turned off my phone because just using the light drained my battery by like 20%. And whenever I get out of here, and to somewhere where I can call the police, it would be a lot easier to have my phone on me. But without the flashlight, this room is dark, like entirely pitch black. I'm kinda glad that I've never been scared of the dark. This would probably be hell on earth if I was. But it's just a little bit inconvenient. You know, actually, the pure darkness is a bit soothing. Maybe I should consider this my chance to start meditating. It'll make me a better person when I get out, at the least. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get out, but I know I will. I just know it. For my community and for Malaysia. She's probably worried sick that I'm gone. I can't just keep her worried like that. There isn't really much for me to do here, but I figured since there's a tape recorder and a bunch of seemingly empty tapes, all I can really do is record. When I get out of here, maybe they could make a documentary where they use all the clips of audio. That would be nice. And then I'd get a hefty check from whoever's making it. But for now, I'm gonna check the rest of the tapes. I don't know if any of them have anything on them, but I might as well check because there isn't anything else for me to do. I'll report back with my findings. Hey, Krishna here. I mean, obviously it's me. Duh. I'm still completely alone in here. Okay. But in more serious news, there was nothing on the rest of the tapes. I think I checked them all, but I really have to feel my way around in here because there aren't any lights. Makes me kind of wish I invested in one of those light up keychains. You know, the ones that like last forever? I felt around the room and I couldn't feel any more tapes that I missed, so I organized the ones I had. I have a stack for the ones that I'm recording this on. That's where any tapes that I'm currently recording are going to. Then I have a stack. Well, I mean, it's not exactly a stack, but I have a place where a stack might eventually go for the tapes that I have already been recorded on. Then on the other side, I have two stacks of empty tapes. 16 of them had absolutely no sound on them whatsoever, and the 18 others had some static. I decided I'm gonna use the empty ones first. I'm still not completely over the secret code idea, so if there's some evidence on them that the police can decode, I don't want to record over them. I can't stop thinking about how glad I am that I'm not scared. Oddly enough, I'm not worried at all. I'm sure those feelings are gonna catch up with me eventually, but right now I'm enjoying the feeling of just being good. But then again, I've always been a little weird like that. Like in middle school, I didn't have any friends because I would always talk about how cool I found bugs. When I was smaller, I think people saw a little kid covered in mud carrying worms was pretty endearing. But as I got older, people just saw me as the weird kid. I didn't really care what they thought of me. I had my mom and Malaysia, and that was enough for me. Then again, that isn't to say I like the dark. It's making all of this a lot harder than it otherwise would have been. Like, when I was making those stacks, I knocked them down 3 times. Like, yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna get a lay of the land and understand the dimensions of this room. Shouldn't be too hard because there aren't that many things to remember, but well, working without vision's pretty hard. Not much more to say on the matter. Whenever I'm recording, there's a little red dot on the tape recorder. It's a little dim because the thing seems to be pretty old and it doesn't illuminate anything else in the room, but it gives me something to look at. I guess it's a little comforting to me. I don't know why anyone would put me in here. Feels like a whole lot of trouble to go through. I think they must have built the prison around me at least partially. I don't know what I did to make them want to do this. I'm not a rude person, and I don't get into fights or violence. I actually like to think of myself as quite a nice person. But, like, I think my life's kind of boring. Well, and that's not a bad thing. I absolutely enjoy my quiet little life. I have my community. I have Malaysia. She's a very sweet girl. And I'm sure part of me will always wonder what life would have been like if I was magically super interesting and traveling around the world. But I'm content. I was content, at least. Gosh, I wish I wore a jacket when I got here. It's cold. Not like a big freeze, but cold enough that it would make you want to bundle up. I wish there was a blanket on this mattress. I'm still thankful, though. I'd rather have this room be a little too chilly than be blistering in the heat. I'm thankful they give me something to do. They left me with my clothes and my belongings, and they give me somewhere to sleep. As far as being kidnapped goes, this isn't that bad. And when I get back, I'll have a big meal. Mal can make her empanadas, and I'll make the kuda roti. My community is all sure to be happy that I'm safe. Maybe they'll throw a party for me. That would be nice. All my friends together. But right now, maybe I should try to go to bed. I'm going through all those tapes really took a while. I think it would be better with a clear head, so good night. Krishna again. I can't get to sleep. There's not much else to do here except for record, so I think I'm gonna talk a little bit more. I'm a little confused on why whoever put me here didn't just kill me. All this effort for what? And why leave me with things if I can't use them? They're just teasing me at this point. And it's still cold. And every minute I go without waking up makes this all more obvious that this isn't just some big dream. Gee willikers, I feel like I'm just grasping at straws. But I need to remain hopeful. And I'm going to remain hopeful because there are people relying on me to get out. But how am I going to do that? All I have is this tape recorder. Ugh. If by some chance I don't get out of here and it's years later and they need to break this thing open with an excavator or bulldozer or I don't know, whatever they used to break concrete open with, when they get here, and if I'm not still alive and the tapes are all there's left of me, well, I don't know what I should say. I feel like I'm deciding my last words. I think I was a good person, and I think I had my good life. If Santano is still alive, tell him I'm sorry we couldn't fulfill our promise. And tell Malaysia that I love her, although I'm sure she already knows. She's a smart girl. I know I... no. I'm not gonna get up. I'm going to find a way out of here because there are people waiting for me outside these gosh darn stone walls. And I have to get out. And I will. I'll get out. For them. I I have to.
Krishna Karna is voiced by Lucky Feline. Voidwalker is a fiction podcast produced primarily through volunteer efforts. To support our work, visit our Ko-Fi. To hear news and updates, look for our social media in the episode descriptions. To contact us, email us at voidwalkerpodcast@gmail.com or join our Discord. For transcripts and trigger warnings for each episode, check our Tumblr. Thank you for listening.